All right. How's it going?
Good. All right, I'm ready. I think I'm gonna get a mask.
So,
And
I wanna do that really obnoxious thing where we talk through stuff. After looking at this
sure.
board for like 3.5 seconds, it looks like it's probably interesting, and by interesting I mean an engine. So, let's talk about it, and let's like make some education out of this because I've been like kind of screwing around for a while because the
Yeah.
boards seemed a little garbagey to me. But like we can definitely do some cool stuff here. So, um, talk at me.
Talk at you.
Yeah.
Uh, I am gonna get a masquerade so I can trash things. I might, or maybe I'll get a remake to trash things. That's what's here for trashing.
Okay.
I can't decide which one's better.
Okay.
Remake my states into silvers or give them to you. Um, Port is a village. That's exciting. And got horse traders for money and buy. Um, let's see. How do I want my turns to look? I
Deadlock
will.
says village jester draw horse traders. That's no attacks masquerade. Dude, that's totally wrong. It's the wrong order. You say attacks masquerade first. Okay? Get
Yeah.
with it, bro. So, what's
I
the deck
don't
you want
feel
to
like.
build? And how do you want to get there?
I think I want. Let's see here. Okay, so I guess the thing I'm trying to decide between is do I attempt grand markets? Do you just always attempt grand markets? That's a decision that has to be made, right?
Um, do you always attempt grand markets? No, that's a decision that has to be made. Right? Yes.
I don't.
I almost said no and yes respectively, but I feel like that would have just been trollish. What's the deck you want to build, and how do you get there? Or like just talk me through. Yeah. So like grand markets decision. What do you think?
I think I want to play a bunch of grand markets for all of the buys, and I want to have a lot of golds so that all of those buys can buy me awesome things, like green cards.
I mean, like
And
estates. You don't need golds to buy those.
I don't, well, no, but like the best green card, okay? We can all agree that the only green cards worth buying is right now. No. Yes, so I want to play like a bunch of grand markets with a bunch of golds and get provinces. I don't want bullshit cards in my hand, so I want to I want to get rid of my coppers and estates. I think with Masquerade, because that also gives me draw with my. And then I'd have to maybe get. I don't know if I would need a. I would need like a village, but the only thing I'm thinking is. Let's look at Gesture real quick. They gain a copy of the discarded card, or you do. Sea Hag. Oh, I didn't see Sea Hag. And gains a curse onto their deck. Sea Hag is annoying. That's basically I just want to play a bunch of golds and Grand Market, 6 provinces in a turn. That's my objective. But I don't, and I'm not being realistic when I say like 6 provinces. I just mean a lot of provinces.
Okay, so
I
you,
would like,
you wanna you wanna play grand markets and get a lot of money and get a lot of buys.
yes. And to get there, I can't have. Uh, I feel like there's a lot of options on this board, and I don't know what is the best way to approach this.
Okay, so
I
let
need
me.
golds to get grand markets, or maybe horse traders to get grand markets because I can't get them with my shitty
There's
coppers.
plenty of ways to get grand markets. You know, you could play 6 talismans. I mean, this is America, man. So Your priorities early on are thinning and junking.
Yep. And so for thinning, I was deciding between Remake and Masquerade. I feel like Remake is better if I'm focusing on thinning, because I can trash 2 times.
Okay, so let me just say a few things. I've been trying to think about like how I want to lead you towards this, and I'm not thinking of a very good way, and that's because I'm bad. So I'm just gonna say some stuff. So,
Okay, you
um,
talk at
the
it.
draw here.
Yep.
If you're gonna play golds, you're gonna need to draw golds. Masquerade is
Yeah.
draw and Ranger is draw. That's
Yes.
pretty tight draw. I mean, Ranger can draw a lot of cards, but you know it costs 2 actions and 2 cards to draw 5 cards. So like, you know, it's still a little tight. I think you're probably gonna want. So like you need to keep that in mind.
Mhm.
Given that the draw is kind of tight, that makes Grand Market a lot better because you don't have to draw it, right? It replaces itself. It's pretty good. And also the value of thinning is increased. However, with Masquerade around, the value of thinning is decreased because you don't want to be so thin you have to pass your opponent good cards.
Yeah.
So all of these are things that go through my brain. I want to thin aggressively, but not too aggressively. And by aggressively, I just mean like thin super fast. Get the coppers out ASAP so I can get that Grand Market happening. And I also want to draw cards. So like Remake is faster thinning, but Masquerade contributes to drawing cards, which you eventually want to do.
I feel like then you would want to get a Remake early and then get a Masquerade, like maybe not in your open, but eventually.
Very good. I agree.
And then get rid of Remake once you don't need to be thinning super hard and you can just use attack.
So Remake is the other way that you can get to Grand Market, although it's kind of wonky. I wouldn't count on it.
What is the other way? Sorry, I missed that.
Remake. But I think like I don't know. I feel like you're just gonna need to suck it up and like actually get 6 non-copper dollars together.
Okay.
So you want like all the cards, and you want to
Yeah,
get all the bad cards out.
I want all the cards. I'm gonna get a Remake.
I agree. Remake is super great. This $3 buy is difficult.
Yeah, silver.
It's really tempting to get a Masquerade, but I don't know. The silver's probably better.
I think I'm gonna get a silver. I think Masquerade is gonna be like turn 5.
Wow, such a planner, a header you are.
No, it just sounds fancy when I say things like turn 5.
Oh, okay. You're just trying to make it seem like you're like more on top of stuff. I got you, bro.
I'm just trying to make it seem like I'm something I'm not.
That's a Demi Lovato song. Something that we're not.
Yeah.
It's about this guy who like she makes out with casually, but then the guy starts to get into her and she's like, "You know, you always make me think we're something that we're not. You want to do more than hook up, but I don't know." It was one of her older songs, but it's Demi, so like it's amazing.
I am gonna get another.
So you got a Remake on turn 3 with $5.
Yeah.
I assume that's because you knew your Remake was going to miss the shuffle and you would want the second Remake. So excellent play, Shayla.
Thanks.
Your predictive powers are unrivaled. I guess I'm getting this gold. It feels really bad.
No, you're getting the gold. Let's not kid ourselves.
Dude, you're getting a Dell. Oh, this feels so bad. All right.
Remake. Bye, estate. You can go die. Bye,
We
copper.
don't like estates. Deadlock says ball for ports. Or Windfall. Yeah.
Windfall will do nothing. Right now.
That's right. I think he was kidding.
Okay. It's turn 5. I said I was gonna get a Masquerade. I feel like I should come in.
Yeah. It's the only thing you really can do at this point.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna get a masquerade.
Me too.
Gonna be exciting.
Come on.
Gold.
Come on, Harbinger. Draw me a silver. Go! That's not a silver. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm getting ports. Yeah.
Wow. Remake an estate.
Deadlock says, it will use your buy. That's not nothing. And then he says, 8 and 1 buy, have to get a province. It's true. Should have done that.
You should have got a province. What were you
Instead,
even doing?
I felt like I needed more villages before I could move into the endgame.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
That's right.
I'm not buying anything because I have a copper in my hand.
Oh, Yitzhak Learner points out that I should have just gotten a curse. That would have been way better. Yeah.
Clearly. Oh, wait, why did I do that? I'm
Undo
undoing
that business.
Thanks, sorry. The force of habit. I'm just like not even thinking about what I'm doing.
I thought Shuffle was smart enough to not play the coppers in that situation. I'm disappointed.
It is absolutely not.
That's unfortunate. Hey,
What
bro,
card do you want, Adam? Do you
can
want
you
a copper?
pass me a silver? Aw.
No.
Silver would have been really good there. That's too bad.
Too bad.
Am I getting more ports, or do I get a haggler? I feel like... Can I play that haggler? I have 2 masquerades and a remake. I mean, I should be able to hit Grand Market soon. And by soon, I mean like next turn. With the haggler out, I could haggle a port. That would be really okay. But not like fantastic. I'm just going to wimp out. I'm going to get the ports. Yeah.
All the ports? You're not going to leave any for me?
I left you 8 of them.
Well,
You're welcome.
that's helpful. Is it time to trash my remake? Because I don't need 2 remakes anymore.
I would prefer to remake it, if you could.
Yeah, but nah. I don't know if I'm going to be able to line that up.
One day you will. I believe in you.
One day. It's okay.
One day my prince will come.
I got trigger fingery.
And Prince isn't on this board.
Why not?
I don't make this stuff up, Shayla. I'm just telling you, it's not on the board. It's a start. We did it.
Good job. I'm gonna take gold and put it on top.
Do it.
And then I'm gonna draw it.
Do it. Do it.
Do it. Put the gold on top of your deck.
I'm going to remake a copper into nothing and a silver into port, which doesn't feel great, but that's okay.
It's okay. Sometimes you have to do things that don't feel good. That is what Adam will sound like post-puberty. Alright, that was something. Oh, I don't want to draw my Grand Market. Drawing Grand Markets is for noobs and plebs. Just buy a Grand Market, I guess.
Is that right?
That was pretty lame, actually. That was like a really bad draw.
So, disappoint. Take this copper.
No. Well, I mean, I just did, but no.
Take this other copper.
Yeah, that was probably the same one I passed you, right?
Yes.
So I have enough for Grand Market and Windfall.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we're going to do that.
Let's go.
Windfall first.
Look at that. That's a lot.
So now we need to, like,
That's how you-
shove a bunch of draw in this deck. So I want to get, like, Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Have a crapper. Lucky Adam doesn't get masked until he has his copper. Hey, last time I had remake, I could have passed. Wasn't that bad.
Have a copper.
Thanks, buddy. Much appreciate.
Stop asking me to give you shit. I don't think I appreciate that. Uh-oh.
Ooh. She just said the S word. I think we just do this without thinking. You can have this, because I care. Ooh. I have a copper now.
No actions. Super sad. That's what I drew with my mask.
Could have balled. Oh, that would have been much better than what I did, yeah. Man, it's too bad I suck at this game. Ah, wow.
You're really good at this game. You're the world champion. Remember?
That's right. I am the world champion. No one is better than me in the world at Dominion.
Nobody. Oh, you got a silver that time. Look at
Ooh,
you. I'm gonna
sweet.
have to buy some copper to keep fucking masks away. Whoops. Sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Alright, this is fine. So, I'm going to get some Rangers and junk. Piles? I don't need to worry about that yet. That's future Adam's problem. So, I could get, like, port, ball. And just shove, like, a million, like, ports and Rangers into the deck. And then, like, potentially Windfall again on a future turn. That's probably okay. It also, like, makes it so she can only get 4 ports, which is a minor inconvenience at best. Am I in pile danger if I do that? It takes port, ball, plus a point to win the game. Do I think she can do that? I'm pretty sure her deck doesn't have that kind of payload. In any case, it gives me, like, a billion options next turn. So I think we're just going to do that. And it also gives me that sweet value because I can ball twice, and I don't have to retake the minus dollar token.
It does work out real well for you.
Yeah, Yitzhak Lerner in the chat is detailing some of the... Oh, here you go, buddy. Detailing some of the reasons why. That's pretty good. Because I do threaten a pile out here. If I have any halfway decent turn, I could pile it. It would take 16 and 4 buys to win.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you get, like, some green, which may not be what you want to do.
Alright. What am I doing? Ports. I can't ball like you did. That's sad.
Yeah, if you did that, you could lose on turns, which is pretty sweet. Well, I guess if you balled twice, you wouldn't necessarily get Rangers, but still.
No, I wouldn't. But
I think you might
I
want to get a
would
province.
just for points. Are you being serious? I can't tell.
Yeah. Like, all it takes is for me to ball twice and then do a thing.
This is true. I'll get some insurance. Thanks, Adam. Always looking out.
What are bros for if they don't, like, look out for each other like that, you know? Look at all the action cards I'm
Gonna be the
playing.
Megaton. Here it comes. Oh boy. I don't want to give you a card.
Deal with it.
Fine. You can have that one.
Ooh. Masquerade. Let's put our toys back where we found them. And let's see if we can win the game.
You got this.
Can we win the game? Ball,
Alright.
province, thing? Yeah? Ball, province costs 18. And thing, yeah. Coolness.
You did it!
I did it, man. So what was the difference there? I drew my remake on turn 3, and you drew yours on turn 5. That helped a lot.
You had a million ports. I did not think about Port Ranger. I was like thinking about ports, and I was like, oh, but I've got Grand Markets, and I don't have to worry about it. I was not thinking about Ranger for draw and how awesome it would be to play like 6 Rangers with all of my amazing ports. So I
Right.
think that.
So this is a thing that I had mentioned, that like draw is kind of tight, and so you want to be focusing on the draw, and like being able to play those Rangers once they're in the deck is pretty good, you know.
Really nice.
Yeah.
And also Windfall, I didn't think about that, but I don't think that off because I've played I don't know how many games with Windfall, and not once have I ever like done it to where I'm like, oh, this is a thing that I'll be able to actually accomplish.
Yeah, so like Windfall's hard to do, but there are very few situations where you can actually Windfall and you don't want to. Normally, like the closest you get to that is I have a plan and I'm going to Windfall next turn even though I could do it now. Like sometimes that happens, but like it's just so rare that you can draw your deck and you don't want to just shove 3 golds into it right away. That's usually really, really good.